Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Laurie and I'll be your host for this evening. So today we're going to be doing the Ride or Die makeup tag. Jaclyn Hill recently started it. We're not quite sure if she's originated it, but she says she did the research and couldn't find anyone else doing it, so she started it. I was tagged to do this video by my friend Callie. She is so beautiful and sweet. I will link her channel and video down below so you can go check her out. Hopefully we'll be doing some collabs in the future. We've done some before, but we want to do more. So if you have any ideas for good collabs, leave them down below and let us know so we can do something for you guys. Okay, so Jaclyn picked the main categories for makeup and chose her ride or die product for each one of those categories. Something she can't live without, that she'll never stray from or deviate from. She's just gonna always use that one product. I wrote down mine and I also added a couple. There are some products, which I will tell you like when that category comes up, where I really don't have a ride or die, and I'll use anything and I'll try new things all the time. So let's get started. So the first thing on the list is face primer, and my ride or die is the Smashbox Primer Oil. This is only ride or die if you have like dry to normal skin. I have very dry skin, and I do find that my skin has never looked better since using this primer. It is thebomb.com. I'm gonna link all these products in the description box so you guys can go check them out and read all about them. But the primer oil is a blend of 15 different essential oils that really just, I mean, amazing. Next we have foundation, and foundation is one of those things where it'll be ride or die for like a couple months and then I'll choose something else. But for right now, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow is where it's at. I'm using the color 203 Nude Beige right now, which is a little dark, but it's summer and I'm tanning, but I'm being very careful about my face with sunscreen and stuff like that. So it's, you know, I'm just trying to balance and keep things a-okay. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I love dewy foundations. I've tried the matte and I just really can't get on board with it. My skin is just so dry that I look scaly and it's just not pretty. So I'm gonna go with the dew for the rest of my life probably. Concealer is also a very hard topic for me because I do love to just try everything that comes out. But the one thing that is ride or die for me, and I've used in plenty of my videos, you guys seen me use it, is Benefit's Erase Paste. This is more a color correcting, brightening concealer. I like to use this underneath my foundation. The orange peachy tone in the concealer will correct the blue, black, and a dark circle. If you look on a color wheel, the opposite of blue is orange, so they correct each other. So that's why this is like ride or die. This is probably, I don't even know how many of these I bought. I mean, just constant usage of this. I love it. So for more like liquidy concealers, it's a toss-up between the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Definition Concealer. I usually use Fair Neutral or Light Neutral. And then the new Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Light Medium has been my jam just because, I don't know, it's new and everybody's loving it. So I'm loving it too. I don't really use concealer to cover my blemishes. I find that especially the Pro Glow foundation does an amazing job at just, you know, making sure my skin looks even. I don't really have tons of breakouts. I have pretty good control, knock on wood, on my skin right now. So I'm not really worried about it. Plus I also just get horrible, if I do get anything, it's horribly cystic acne that just is painful and there's just no helping it. I just have to, you know, take care of it and give it a little TLC and hope for the best. So for the most part, I don't use concealer. I also just feel like it's just a little bit too much stuff on my face. So I usually lay off concealer for blemishes and just concentrate on under eye. The next category is like a face powder, and I don't use face powder all over. I just use a setting powder for under my eyes, my chin, nose, and forehead. So like I hit my T-zone and my under eye pretty much, just because I tend to touch here, I touch here, I touch here throughout the day. So that all wears off pretty easily. But right now, everybody and their mother has been loving the RCMA No Color setting powder. This is the original. Jaclyn mentioned the packaging that annoys her, and it annoys me too, but you know what, for the most part, I have one of these in my kits and I don't use it out of here. I pour it into something else, on like a, what do you call those things, like an artist tray type of deal, or a palette of some sort, and I put it in there and I can dip my sponges in it and do all my things that while I'm working on somebody else. For me, I just work out of the cap, like I'll take this off and pour it in. But yeah, the packaging is kind of annoying, but you know what? Powders in general are annoying. They're very messy, so it's just like, what are you gonna do? It's just the way it is. Invent a packaging that's not messy. One of you makeup companies. I'm sure you can. I've tried all the Laura Mercier powders. I've tried the e.l.f. under eye setting powder. I've tried everything and nothing makes me look smooth underneath my eyes. I'm already just creasy under there anyway, so it's just really difficult. But I haven't used anything like this before. The Laura Mercier powders were definitely way too drying for me, way too creasy looking. Just didn't really do their job like I wanted them to for me. But this is great. This is, for blush, this is kind of predictable. I always use Benefit's Tour blush. It's a beautiful dusty rose gold, and it smells so good. So good. And the other one is the Too Faced Sweethearts in, what's this called? Peach Beach. It's just a combination. This is my summer color, pretty much. It's just, if I can get it open, I can show you. It's just 3 colors, like a kind of beige highlight, a pink blush, and like a bronzer all in one. So I just like to sweep this over my cheeks during the summer and I'm good to go. But these two are like my most used. I feel like everyone's pretty much gonna have the same answer for highlight. I think Champagne Pop has definitely taken the world by storm. It's just a perfect color and I can use it all year round. I don't have to just use it in the summer. As you can see, this one, a lot of the pan is showing. I've had this for quite a while. Since it's launched, I think this is the one I've been using. And you know, a highlighter is also one of those things where you try every single one that comes out, but you know what, you always go back to the one you love, and I always go back to Champagne Pop. I love the Jeffree Star ones, but I only like them when I use them wet. And I love ColourPop, but they're kind of like hit or miss. Like, I have to use my fingers to apply that, and it's just kind of I also really love the liquid Champagne Pop version that they came out with. I think that's beautiful. It's much softer and much more natural looking, and I love to mix that in with my foundation, and it looks so beautiful. Champagne campaign. Woo-hoo. I also really like the Cover FX enhancing drops. They are custom enhancer drops. They're beautiful. And they're so metallic-y, and so just like magical. They're magical, but they're liquid, so they're limited to what you can do with them, for pretty much, for me especially. Me, I mix them in with my foundation, especially Sunlight. That's my favorite color because it's not too bronzy, you know, it's just really pretty. For mascara, I definitely like to try a lot of mascaras, but lately I haven't been deviating from using the Benefit They're Real Lash Tinted Primer, and then Rimmel's Rimmel Lash Accelerator Endless. This I just realized is a fiber mascara, and I had no idea. I don't like fiber mascaras because I wear contact lenses, and it's just a little dangerous with the fibers. If they fall off and get my eyes, it's just very painful. So I was very surprised to see that this is a fiber mascara because I don't have any issues. None with this. And it just makes my lashes so much healthier because both of these products have provitamin B5 in them, so your lashes look better and they feel better. And I was having a big problem with losing lashes and just they looked horrible naturally, so I was wearing lashes, like false lashes, every day, and I hated that because it just takes so much time for me to put them on my eye. But this combination has been wonderful, and I don't think I will try another mascara. Seriously, like, and put that into my routine like I put these two into my routine. The next category is lipstick, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I did jump on the liquid whoa. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did jump on the liquid lip train, and I do wear them most of the time, especially at work, just because you're always talking and, you know, you want your lipstick to stay all day. But I don't really have a favorite. The one that I did think of is the NYX Butter lipstick in Pops, P-O-P-S. But I don't have it for you right now. It's in my makeup kit. I use it on brides a lot of the time. So it's in my makeup kit right now. And that's all the way downstairs. But for the most part, I'm not hooked on any really typical lipstick. I've just, you know, tried different ones, and for the most part, I don't really care all that much. Now for liquid lipstick, that's another story. I think everyone's pretty much gonna name Kat Von D's Lolita. The Everlasting liquid lipsticks are amazing, and Lolita is just like that perfect color that everyone's looking for. It looks good on everybody. It is a little bit darker on me, but it's beautiful, and I love it. The other brand that I really love is Anastasia's liquid lipsticks, and this is Crush, and this is like my perfect nude. I wear this when I don't need to think about what lip I'm wearing, and it's just perfect. And the formulas, they're a little different. Kat's are a little bit moussier, maybe like, yeah, a little moussier, and the Anastasia ones are a little more liquidy. Keep in mind, like, everybody's different, so you're gonna feel, like, a lot of people love ColourPop, and I love ColourPop, and I love their range, but I don't grab them as often because they are pretty drying, and I do have to wear a lip balm underneath them. But for so far, like, these two, I always gravitate towards. I don't wear tons of lip glosses, but I do love the Buxom glosses. This is a full-on lip cream. It's in the frosted casing, and this is called Dolly. They also make this in their regular lip polish formula. I love the smell of them. They smell like cupcakes, and it's just a beautiful, like, pinky mauve color. Duh, that's like if you could assign me a color to identify me as, that would be what it is. Like, any kind of mauve is my thing. It's my jam. I love it. But this formula and the tingling with the plumping, it just feels really good, and, you know, it's just, glosses are just easy. You just throw it on and just reapply, whatever. You don't have to worry too much about it smudging or going anywhere. And yeah. And the names are really cute. Duh. The next category is lashes. Now, I don't really have a favorite lash. I try them all. I can tell you my favorite brand is Ardell or Allure. Those are like the two brands that I really go with. If anybody wants to send me lashes to try, I'll try them. Just saying. If anybody wants to send me anything, I'll try it. I will. I'll be honest about it, but I'm gonna try it. My favorite, like, style is really wispy and kind of more on the natural side. For the most part, I feel ridiculous in a very heavy lash. So, like, Vegas Nay came out with the collab with Allure, and she came out with those Grand Glamour lashes, and I can only wear them if I'm wearing a very smoky, blacked out eye, like ridiculous makeup. That's the only time I can wear them, because they are very, very, very heavy, and they are a little bit uncomfortable, so for the most part, I skip right over them. Now, for eyeshadow palettes, for the most part, I have two from Lorac. It's the Pro and then the Pro Matte. Now the Pro Matte I think I like a little bit more, just because I can use every single one of these colors. It's so pretty, and I've hit pan on a couple of them, and it's just, I use it all the time. And the price is right. This is only $29. It's not an arm and a leg. I mean, it's, you know what, I guess for the most part, most people will feel like that's pricey, but if you're in the makeup industry, or you're surround yourself with that kind of stuff, it's just like, oh, 29 bucks, yeah, okay, that's not that bad. When you get like an Urban Decay Naked Palette for $54. 29 bucks, yeah. And I've had this for a really long time. So out of the Lorac Pro, the regular one, which I love, And this one, I would say this one is my favorite. And like they take a lot of colors from the regular Pro palette and they put it in here, but they just made it more compact, and this is my favorite palette to take when I travel just because it's so small and so compact. So of course I do have to mention the Morphe 350. It's beautiful, it's warm. I have blue eyes, so I use this palette today. I love using like the warm oranges. Like it makes blue eyes pop. I always tell all my clients, because that's one of the #1 questions is, what color would look best with my eye color? And I say, well, if you have blue eyes, I love using oranges. And then I go like this. I'm like, but you can stick with bronze and browns and it will just make your blue eyes pop. So yes, I love the Morphe 350. It'll just be like a go-to palette for the rest of my life. I skipped over a category. I skipped over bronzer. So yes, for bronzers, I use the Benefit Hoola bronzer, which I don't have here right now, to contour. I used to use that as just a bronzer for myself, but then I noticed that my skin was kind of changing a little bit. I was becoming more dry, and it was looking a little bit too gray for me. And for the most part, I'm finding that nowadays I can't pull off like a very neutral or gray undertone. I need something a little bit warmer. So I've been loving the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Another like YouTube, Instagram crazy product that people just, someone found, put it on the internet, and people went crazy for it. It's still a little more neutral, but it's not as heavy looking. It's a very natural, I prefer a natural looking bronzer. So this one has just been what I've been using, and if I want a little bit more carved out, a little bit more contoured, I'll add a little bit of Hoola on top of it just to really like give a little bit more sculpt to my face. Hey! The next category would be setting spray. For the most part, I love the NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. The price is right. It's like $6 to $8 depending on where you go. And I don't feel like it makes me too dewy. Like I feel like it does a pretty good job at keeping my makeup in place throughout the day, but it doesn't make me look super greasy at all. I mean, I would welcome that because I'm so dry, but for the most part, I recommend it to a lot of people. In my professional kit, I use something called Model in a Bottle, and that makes, for me, that's a little bit too mattifying for me, but people love it because it makes your makeup stay all friggin' day and night. Like I tell them, you're gonna have to chip off your makeup at the end of the night because this is not going anywhere with this stuff. It's a little pricier. It's $18 to $22 depending on the formula that you like, but it's, I mean, yeah. And they have a bigger size now too, which is I think $29, $30, but for the most part, I love the NYX one. Love it. Jaclyn threw in her favorite perfume, and I'm gonna tell you my favorite for spring and summer. She had Dior as well. She had Dior, Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. I just love the Miss Dior Eau de Toilette. It just smells like spring. It's florally without it being too much. It's just very feminine and I love it. It's fresh too, I like it. For the winter, I love Lancome La Vie Belle because it's a little warmer, but it's not super duper warm. I'm gonna be real with you, I choose to wear perfumes that we sell at Ulta so that I can just go and spray myself whenever I want to with a tester. The last category I added myself just because I was actually kind of surprised that she didn't put this in there. But I'm gonna put my favorite brow products, my Ride or Dies, and I'm gonna let you know, and you probably know this, but I was a huge Anastasia Beverly Hills supporter. I loved the Brow Wiz, I loved the Dip Brow, and then I always used the Benefit Gimme Brow with it. Well, the new Benefit Brow products are amazing. There's a product for everybody. It's a huge launch that they did back in June. I'm not saying this because I work for the company, because I've always been a huge fan of the company, and I would have checked it out and I would have loved them because I've always loved Benefit. The products that I've been using, Ride or Die, are the Precisely My Brow Pencil, which is like the Brow Wiz of Benefit. Very microfine. You're gonna get super precise hair-like strokes with this pencil. I also love their Cabral, which is their cream gel formula. This is 24 hours waterproof. It's not gonna budge. It's similar to their dip brow, but it's more waterproof and more, it's similar to Anastasia's dip brow, but it's more waterproof, and it just can be, it can start out very natural looking. So I always say they hit two demographics with this. The girl that loves a natural looking brow, but they don't have much hair, this is part for them. Or they love a girl that loves a more sculpted, defined brow, they'll love this too. And it comes with a little brush and a cap. How cute. Love it. I use shade number 3. I use 3 in the pencil, 3 in the Cabral, and 3 in the Gimme Brow. The Gimme Brow is their microfiber gel. It just adds a little more fullness. It's just, it hits. I love this. And the last product that I've been absolutely loving, and I never ever used to use a clear brow gel, but I use their Ready Set Brow, and I love it. It doesn't make your brows super crunchy. It keeps them on all day. And it's like, it's literally like a top coat for your brows. It's just amazing. So this has been, either I'll use like Precise in my brow and Gimme Brow, or I'll add in Cabral just on my tail, and then I'll top it all off with the Ready Set Brow. But I incorporate these products in my makeup routine every day. I love it. I love it. So that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment down below and like it. Give it a big thumbs up for me, please. Thank you. I think everyone has been tagged in this video already. So I tag all of you. If you're watching this and you haven't done this video, please do it so I can watch. You can send me a link on Twitter, or you can just put a comment down below being like, I did this tag, check it out. I will. I'll check it out. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media, like Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Tumblr and Snapchat. I'm on everything, and I'm super entertaining. And don't forget to subscribe. If you're not, you should be. Please. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye!